you're gonna pick, Sephi?
What?
Do you know what archetype
They're gonna
you're
find
gonna
out right now.
I'm so sorry, I could not hear you.
pick? Do you know what archetype you're going to pick?
I'm kind of looking at Scout at the moment. Scout seems fun, and it seems like it fits her the most. You know.
Scout would pair well with Ranger.
Yeah, Scout.
Wonderful.
I sent you all the necessary stuff, Dust.
Gotcha. I've pinged folks.
My spell and my feature.
Yeah. So the first part of this stream is going to be stuff. I need to get things. Light, lightning lure, spare the dying, and word of radiance. Okay.
Oh, actually, since I'm losing my other feat, I actually changed light to sorcerer's burst because I got that through my feat.
So you want the what's it called? The 4 that you listed to be minus light includes sorcerer's burst.
Yes.
Absolutely. So none of those spells, unfortunately, exist under this cantrip thing. So I need to, one moment, give you spells you don't have and delete them.
It's okay. I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
This entire
Don't worry,
section
Dust.
is
Mine's super easy.
I know. I already did it.
Did you double my forging skill?
Oh, I didn't do that. You're right.
Because I get double my proficiency now.
Burning hands and ice knife. I do have those. Thank God. Wonderful.
I figured out what infusions I want to.
Divine
I
Soul.
give Hemlock a $20 Fortnite card.
$20.
$5 Fortnite
Wants
card.
it.
Who wants it?
Wants it?
Who wants it?
Fortnite Battle Pass.
I just shit out my ass. Ordered on my PC.
I love when I say a thing and then Lizzie just goes.
Does that need that Fortnite Battle Pass?
Alright, spells. Let's get you Sorcerer's Burst. Right there. You have 8 cantrips. That's kind of insane. Lightning Lure, Spare the Dying.
You would have had way more spells to add if I'd gone with the other class. Like 4 more.
This seems complicated. I am going to make my life easier because they both fall under the same thing. And until needed, all of your spells are going to be listed as bard spells because there's no point in separating
This is fine. I mean, they're both charisma based, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Gonna delete those. Yippee. Lightning Lure, Sorcerer's Burst, Toll the Dead, Word of Radiance, and Spare the Dying. Gotcha. Word of Radiance, Spare the Dying, and then what was the spell? Burning Hands and Ice Knife. Okay. Alright, and now I just move everything else.
I'm so sorry.
Mage Hand, Firebolt. You don't have Firebolt. Yeah, let's move Firebolt over. Vicious Drive. Okay, make sure to check your cantrips, make sure those are right. I'm just moving spells over now. Fairy Fire, Healing Word, Ray of Sickness, Tasha's, Enlarge Reduce, Heat Metal, Invisibility, Suggestion, Slow, and then... Oh, I haven't made you a fairy yet, so I do need to add those.
I think I'm seeing the old,
Oh, you're so
the old
right.
ones. It says Bard 6.
Let me go ahead and clear you... Or I didn't mean to take ownership. I need to clear owner. The other one does not have a token at the moment.
Enley with no token.
Fairy. Wonderful. Wonderful, it already gave you... It didn't give you fairy fire for some reason. That problem has been solved. Okay. For some reason, you have 1 more HP. Oh, because it's a different thing. That actually makes perfect sense. Alright, and now to move your inventory over, which is actually a lot easier. Because whenever I take something out of somebody's inventory, by dragging it, it actually leaves. And then you have your...
Oh my god, my Fortnite ad is still going. Either that or I just got a
50
different one.
gold artifact.
There we go.
Alrighty. I'll need you to look over your new character sheet to let me know if it is correct.
I would love being able to like look at the sheet. Cannot do that.
Terribly unfortunate.
I mean, I can just leave campaign, rejoin.
Absolutely. Common, Draconic, Sylvan. Common.
Pardon me.
Draconic.
No.
Sylvan.
Pardon? I'm like eating rice so fast.
Sylvan, so now your AC is higher for some reason, but
I need it.
True. And the last thing I'll need you to look at, I'm gonna delete your old character sheet now because I think I've transferred everything over. So I will give New Enly their tokens.
Yippee!
There you go. And you should be able to take ownership of it. I cleared the owner just in case. There you go. You'll probably need to fix up your proficiencies. Actually, wait. Let me try something. 'Cause I think that's how this works. Okay. Crazy that it just did not give you Jack of all trades. Love that. Love that for me. So I'm gonna keep you as this because every time I give you double, like, half proficiency in things, it actually will automatically make it full proficiency, and then I can't tell what you were actually proficient in anymore. So I guess just keep it in mind.
There we go.
But yeah, I believe that character sheet is well and done. I also leveled up Willow. I don't think Willow gained much on level 6.
It gained Elemental Cleaver.
Got you.
Would you like?
Please, send it to me and I can copy paste it in here. And Nadar, you just gained expertise in forging,
Double,
right?
yeah, double proficiency.
Awesome.
So yeah,
plus
be
10
plus
now.
10 now.
Yippee. Didn't gain anything else though, right?
I got more infusions, but I have those listed in my notes now.
Right. Okay. Awesome. I trust you for that.
I have 3 more known infusions and 1 more infusion slot, basically.
Gotcha.
There's the whole thing just
Very
Basic.
appreciated.
straight from D&D Beyond.
So many cantrips.
In the next level, I get more spell
I
slots.
can't wait to fuck shit up with 1d10 lightning damage.
I can't wait to activate my manta ray cloak and breathe underwater.
I can't wait to check notes.
I can't wait to have a plus 10 when doing the final forge check on this fire resistance cloak.
Let's go!
It either succeeds or fails today, folks.
There we go.
Let's go. We either succeed or fail.
I'll give you a bardic before you do it.
Hemlock, level up, level up. Destructive reverse. Ooh! Whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage or restores hit points, roll a d8 and you gain a bonus equal to the number rolled to 1 damage or healing roll of the spell. Wow! With a range other than self, the spell can originate from your wildfire spirit. That's really cool. Oh.
Oh, there's a super loud jet outside.
Yep. I heard it too.
Neum.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
That's why I said Neum.
Alright. Oh, this is a...
Oh, you heard it through my
action.
microphone. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
you heard it from where you are? What?
I also heard it where from I was, but...
Me in Massachusetts.
What fucking cantrip do I want this all-purpose tool to have?
Eldritch
Light.
Blast.
Light.
That would be really funny,
One of your
as I'm not a charisma caster. But it counts as an artificer
You just
cantrip,
whip it
so
out
it'd
and it's a flashlight.
Yeah, that would be really funny if it's just light. Just flip it out and
Yeah.
it turns into
Yeah.
a flashlight.
Whenever the light cantrip wears off, you just bang the side of the thing like it's a flashlight with shitty batteries.
Nah,
Yeah.
the cantrip is light and it turns into a headlamp.
Yeah. And you gotta tap it every now and then to turn it back on.
Tink, tink, tink.
Yeah, it
Come on.
starts flickering, just tink tink.
Just come on, work.
And I can choose absolutely any cantrip I want to, which is the crazy.
Really?
Yeah, any cantrip becomes an artificer cantrip for 8 hours.
What is this feature called again, Bard?
Elemental cleaver.
I could take vicious mockery.
Because it's worked so well for me in the past.
Yeah, but I'm built different.
Hey, listen, I get a new feature that'll actually help me make my fucking rolls. So... The gods were spiteful before, not anymore.
Components. Non-existent. Your damage type changes the chosen type, deals an extra 1d6 to the chosen type, and gains the throw property with a normal range 20 feet long. Got you. Okay. I am gonna make this super quick. I look at...
I could just change damage types, does?
Wait, that's incorrect. I don't want that. I want sneak attack. There we go.
Are the notes on my character sheet like able to be viewed by anyone and Dust or no?
I think just Dust.
I don't think I've ever looked at any of y'all's character sheets.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't-
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Because I just looked
Wanna
and I
bet?
forgot I had written things like day one in my notes tab.
Really quick, I would like, Bard, if you could just roll me damage in the side chat.
What? Just to...
I'm just testing something. Okay, it does.
Did you figure out how to allow him to change the damage type too?
That's impossible. Damn. It's
I was kind of hoping you did figure it out so I could do the same thing with my arcane weapon.
It is technically possible, but because there is such a variety of things you could choose from, what I basically have to do is add the option for your individual damage type based on the damage, which would make your character sheet incredibly long. I can do it, but it's incredibly extraneous and could lead to you clicking the wrong one very easily.
Yeah.
But I will do that for Elemental Cleaver because it's just the amount of the damage type you are adding. So
And my arcane weapon is just an extra d6 of the chosen
Oh
type.
yeah, you can do that. Yeah, because you could just, yeah.
Add effect, add effect, add effect, add effect.
I just have to remind you that when I do that, it's not slashing anymore. It'll be whatever I choose.
True.
That's because that's how I'm reading it, and that's how I interpreted that. Is that it changes? 'Cause That's what
When
it
do
is.
I get more fucking cantrips?
Whenever you get more cantrips.
I don't get more cantrips till
Peasants.
level 10.
Oh God.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm stuck with 2 cantrips until level 10.
Hey, you can take a feat like I did.
Not for another 2 levels. I fucking can't.
Oh,
Thunder.
level 10 is where I get to throw
There you
people.
go. Alright, I've given you Elemental Cleaver, so you can add that damage on. We'll also have to keep in mind, in case it's relevant, that whatever you're fighting won't be resistant, because it'll be magic and whatnot.
Okay, are you done doing it?
I think I am done with your guys' character sheets. If there are any hiccups, we'll fix them mid-session.
Pardon.
Yeah, so
I got
Thor,
another
Buzz,
spell.
Slumber.
Oh, you have another spell?
Yeah.
What would it
Another
be?
3rd level. It's I sent it to you. It's meld into stone.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Melt into stone is a fun one.
I hope you all know that I have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Red Bulls tonight.
Oh my god.
One of which I'm almost done with.
Are you still alive?
Do you drink
Yes.
water?
Sometimes.
It's water.
I also have green tea, but like I didn't make the green tea. Like it's like Gold Peak. It came out of a bowl.
Mm.
So it's really
You don't
sugar
want-
water with
you-
some leaf flavor.
You don't want the answer, do you drink water from me?
Yeah,
Horrific.
it'll only upset
You
you.
don't want my answer. Yeah, it'll upset everyone in this VC.
Stop right now, you'll just upset me.
Because I'll just say I rarely drink water.
That's despicable.
What? Dr. Pepper tastes good. You know.
My only question I have is a clarification on how this all-purpose tool actually works.
Please.
It says once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn,
Yes.
referring to the cantrips. Is that a one-time use cantrip, or I can't change the cantrip until the next day?
As an action, you can focus on the tool to channel your creative forces. So basically, every day you can choose a cantrip, which you just have. So you get to change it every single day, basically.
Yeah,
But he can use it throughout the day.
For 8
But
hours.
it's-
For 8
yeah,
hours.
it still
you can.
functions as a normal cantrip.
Okay, well, yeah.
Which basically means, like, the way that I'm going to use that is that unless you guys are under very specific time extenuating circumstances, I'm going to say that you cast that, like, right before whatever you're getting into. That way we're not going to have to, like, oh, you can't use that cantrip because you didn't say so.
Okay. I
But
think
yeah.
I'll take Sword Burst on it for now.
Sure. It's a good one. Well,
Yeah.
now that you all are...
2d6.
Now that you all are leveled up, let us properly start with a recap. Oh, I see how it is.
Bard said he was going to give a great recap. I was
What?
waiting
Oh,
for him to
I'm
start
sorry.
talking.
I got distracted. I'm so sorry. Someone started talking to me beside me.
Yeah,
sorry.
we are. Pay attention.
No,
All good,
okay.
all good,
I'm
all
just living
good.
real life. Sorry.
No,
okay.
you're fine, you're fine.
Last session, we started at the entrance to the very long maze / labyrinth thing for the vault, I believe. Could be
Mhm.
wrong. We traveled through, defeating traps, defeating a horde of zombies. Some traps did go off. I broke down a door at one point. Yeah, that a chair was found. I'm not gonna
A
use the
very
curse word.
Specific chair.
A very specific chair. Then we eventually found our way into the room with pouring water of lava. Or pouring lava waterfalls is what I meant to say. Lava falls, whatever. Words are hard, guys. Words are hard. we were stepping through, and then these boulders kind of showed up, and we activated the guardian of the vault, and these like boulder things appeared. We took care of them very quickly, not without getting burned in lava, or just a little bit of lava.
Just a
Nadar almost fell to his death. And we defeated, or really the robot defeated the boulders. Not robot, guardian. Bad. We got a ring from it, and we were able to enter the vault. And inside the vault was a bunch of gold, some steel, some adamantite, various things of interest, along with a painting that had the king of dragons and like some words on the back that we couldn't quite make out because of how old they were. But the painting was of a Hydra. As we tunneled out via dragon tunneling, we emerged to the surface. We found out we had found a coat of arms inside of the vault. We found out that it belonged to the Sorcerer King Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Windows from Trollcarl. He was very off-put by it. And Willow and Non made their way to the blacksmith to hand back the ring. Willow had a small moment of connection with the blacksmith, of common being a widow now, or widower, I think is the male term, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they had a small moment, and then we made our way back into town, where we are now, where Willow has found his brother almost dead.
Yeah.
Like his leg chopped off, him holding one head of a Hydra.
Absolutely, and I think we will pick up right there, take an inspiration. He is missing a leg. He is trudging forward when you guys approach, and he will sort of stumble over once he sees that you guys are there, and will just kind of collapse to the ground, breathing heavily.
Willow will kind of land next to him. His voice kind of bellowing out in like a thunderous, and like thunder through a cloud. What the hell happened to you?
He will stutter for a moment and attempt to pick himself up. You see a couple other townsfolk, some of Non's clan, and man, it's been so long since I've seen this poor guy, but I don't know where he is, what his name is. One moment.
The guy we thought was a vampire?
Yeah, the guy you thought was a vampire, Palarva, was it him?
No, it's something unfortunate.
Something unfortunate is so funny. Well, Lucas? Was it Lucas? It was not Lucas. I don't know. Cledden. It was Cledden.
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah, unfortunate.
Cledden is here looking with a
I
bit
have to
more
agree with you.
strength. The captain of the ship is also here, sort of helping Lee sit against the wall of the sort of town square. Oh, that's the wrong map. And after he's like properly situated, he's still like grasping the one of the heads. And he will say, "I was not one to wait. I would go see what was there myself. I underestimated it, or overestimated me, or both. It is not like any dragon I have ever seen. I do not even think it is one. It is a monster through and through.
Oh.
I think Willow just kind of looks at him for a minute. And you're an idiot, you know that?
He'll he'll give the closest thing to a smile that he can, and he will sort of reach down and pull the head in front of him and drop it to the floor, and say, 5. It had 5 when I got there. When I left,
God.
it had 6.
Well done. I think Willow just kind of looks at his, defeated brother. As there's still steam rolling off of him, even in the cold. I think at this point, the townsfolk have probably backed up a little bit from Willow. They chose the wrong person to fuck with. That's for sure. Or it. Whatever. Will you be okay?
Lee is breathing very heavily. He is terribly wounded. Anyone that would like to can make a medicine check. As he says, of course, yeah, what? Yeah, this is nothing. She's rolling on my dice. Is it just you two? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Willow, he's been in. You guys have been in plenty of scuffles before. You're pretty sure he's okay. If he says he's okay, he's okay. Enley, you're not so sure. You don't think he's going to die, especially with proper treatment. But these are severe injuries even for a giant.
They are severe, you said?
They are. They're terribly, terribly severe.
Okay. Do I have the impression that my healing would be any good?
I mean, any healing would be helpful, but this seems a bit more complex than that.
Yeah, it's not like a battle patch-up.
Yeah. There's also... actually, I don't think you would get that. Never mind.
We need to get Lee to a healer, like, right now. Like right now.
Well, he can't really walk. So we probably need to bring a healer to him.
Doesn't matter how we do it, we just need to do it.
Willow will assume there's probably one in Non's, like, in the camp of Non's clan or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And ask on.
Absolutely.
They'd be willing to help.
Oh. If you're talking, Sephi, you're very quiet or far away.
What?
Oh, did you not hear me?
I didn't. I don't think I heard anything. That's why I was trying to tell them.
Oh, okay. Willow will look to Nod and be like, would any healers from your clan be willing to help him?
Sure, there.
Let's go.
Sure, some. I'm very sure there's some healers in there that could help out with this.
Go.
Mhm.
And Willow will
Got it.
follow Nod.
Mhm. All of you two go into that. Are the rest of you three doing anything? Seth, you are very, very quiet.
Am I quiet?
Not anymore. That was fine.
Were
I was adjusting my thing.
All good.
That's probably why.
Nadar, Enlil, and Hemlock, are you guys doing anything specific, different from what they are doing?
Um,
Oh, we all go at the same
he's all
time.
um,
No, I think
what the segment?
probably head
Okay,
back
never
to
mind.
camp as well.
Gotcha.
I don't think Hemlock feels like he's allowed to go with whatever dangerous medical things are happening, so I think he just goes, alright, and also goes back.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
I think Enling is very much kind of ruminating on everything that they learned, and after seeing that that Non and Willow are going off to get a healer, we'll kind of be like, okay, well that's handled for now, and we'll, I guess, I think Emily will follow Hemlock just so that way they can get another look at the book with the information about gem dragons. So I think that's where Emily's mind is right now. You know, like at the end of last session, we had said that Emily plans on telling her about like her dreaming abilities and stuff like that, and being, you know, like tied to Apophis after she has a night to actually dream for herself, because she never has. So I think he just wants to learn everything that he can from the book, so that way when the time comes, he's prepared. He's just focused on making sure that Isla stays safe and that she has all the information that she needs to know at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll spend together reading time.
All right. We'll get to that in a moment, because I have a feeling that that'll be its own separate thing closer to the end of the night. Three of you will go on to the camp. It doesn't take more than a simple conversation, a calling for help, and a few of the members of your clan Non will immediately spring into action, and will come over to help. The chief will be there, or the chiefess, I believe is what you refer to them as, will be there as well, beginning to tend to Lee's wounds. I have once again forgotten my own character's name, because I keep trying to think. Thank you. Was it Branor? Bronner. Bronner? Brano. Thank you very much. For some reason, my brain was really trying to tell me her name was Borat. And
My clan.
oh hi Non.
My clan.
Brano, my clan. Brano will immediately begin to tend to Lee, and they will sort of look at Willow, who's very clearly upset about this, and is going to look to you, Non, and sort of tug at your arm to pull you away slightly.
Oh, and she'll follow along.
And once you guys are enough distance away that you can only hear her, she will say, "It is not great, but it is also not the worst case. It is likely that he will live, but there is a problem. The blood on him, most likely from that creature, it is acidic. It is eating away at him just as fast as we can heal him. It is likely his body will need a very long time to recover from this, to overpower that acidity. Especially while that creature is still alive, there does appear to be some semblance of magic keeping it stable. But I don't want to worry." She'll like lean to the side and look at Willow. "I don't want to worry him because I worry he's just as unstable."
Yeah, that's quite fair. Should I just say something to him or just reassuring him?
Oh,
Because I think he's
I can reassure him. If you wish to do so as well, you can. The most important thing is that this will take a long time to heal. Longer than any normal wound normally would be.
and just like, yeah, I understand.
But if that thing can die, he will live. That is certain.
Oh god, we gotta.
Alright. Thank you for letting me know then.
Of course, of course. I'm going to help Tent see if I can improve things at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she will kind of move you back. And Willow, you can easily see them coming back together.
Willow,
Mhm.
as they turn around, Willow's gone.
Oh God.
Willow went to the dock. If anyone can see him leave.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone watches him, they might see a little bit of blue.
Okay, that's a sign that I'm going. We'll
and-
check back later.
Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
She'll just give you a little nod and then pass over to Willow.
There is a small store following him. He is very pissed off.
Hey, going to fight the Hydra by himself. Jeez, okay.
No, he's just at the dock.
Oh, I thought you were like going off to do it. I was
No.
like,
That's so
oh,
funny.
jeez.
If you
No.
want to do it, I'm not fucking
I
going
was
till the
like-
morning.
No, I'm not.
I was-
well,
That's so
he's
funny. I was like, bro's on a mission.
he's mad, but he's not stupid. Okay, he's mad, but he's not stupid. He realizes he can't fight it himself. He's not.
Right, we do need the
But yeah.
power of friendship to beat a Hydra! A Hydra! Ah! Okay,
So
alright,
funny.
It's okay. I've gotten over it. I'm over it. Actually.
Yeah, Willow just kind of stands at the edge of the dock and looks outward. I'm assuming he still can't see anything because there's a big thick mist.
Yeah, there's like a very large fog.
And out in Draconic, he says he'd said you'd keep him safe.
What did you say?
In Draconic, he whispers to the wind. You had said you would help him. He doesn't say it
What's going on with
maliciously.
this guy?
He doesn't say it rudely. He just says it in the tone of he almost lost the last person in his life.
Hmm.
Well, minus the son, but the second to last person in his life. So it's one of those things of,
Make a religion check.
oh, I'm great at these.
It's true.
I'm not
Big
great at
whammy,
these.
whammy. No!
I
Big
think
whammy, actually.
I don't think anything happens then when you say that.
I think hearing no response, he just kind of nods, and the grip on his scythe just like tightens. He just kind of sits there till I assume someone finds him.
Mm-hmm.
He can feel himself almost going into a rage, so he's trying not to be around people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think, unless anybody does wish to to interact with Willow, I don't think many people will approach you, either because they don't know you. Some people will almost do so before thinking otherwise. Very clearly, you wanting to be alone, pardon me, they do not approach too much.
Got the look of a freak about you.
I mean, yeah, he is one. He's has these giant fucking bat wings. He's bright blue.
We are all freaks. This must be known. We are all freaks.
Yeah, I know.
Nadar's pretty
Not
normal,
as the-
actually.
None is the least freak, I fear.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you guys are kind of normal. Not
I
gonna
think-
lie.
I think after a while, Willow will kind of walk back to their camp if they have one anywhere.
Mm-hmm. You guys still have your what's it called? You guys still have the camp inside of Non's sort of group of people.
Yeah, Willow just walks back there.
Absolutely.
Making sure to walk where people know he's okay and didn't like go off on his own.
Absolutely. Eventually, it will get later and later into the day. Did any of you, besides, of course, Enley and Hemlock, who I know are going to be doing something shortly, have anything to do before the, what's it called? Before the end of the day?
Nadar's trying to help Lee using whatever
Okay.
stuff his all-purpose tools can make.
Absolutely. Make me I want to say medicine, but I feel like this is actually, there are certain ways that you could go about this.
Yeah, like I have Arcana.
You have Arcana. Roll Arcana for me, actually. This won't be to see how much you can help. This will be for something else. But
Okay.
we'll do Arcana.
Is this using my all-purpose tools?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent.
This
Then I
thing,
get +3 while doing this then.
21.
So 18, 21, yeah.
21, I think you also pick up on the acidic blood thing. I don't know how much Nadar knows about Hydras, because they are, like, somewhat well-known creatures. They're not, like, legendary, but they are pretty widely known. Hydra's blood tends to be acidic, and you pick up on that is a magical inclination. And while it can be preserved, in certain cases, while the Hydra is still alive, the acid is going to be a bit more potent. And you can tell it's sort of eating away at Lee where it is. He is also, I believe, if I remember correctly, fully missing a leg, which he himself has tended to by tying his pant leg, or whatever's left of it, over it to try and staunch any bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
It's worked as well as you think it could.
Yeah. So I try to neutralize or like slow down the acid, acidic blood in a way.
Do you have a way that you'd like to try that?
So with the alchemist supplies,
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to do that with like some of the stuff it has, unless you need me to go gather specific materials for it.
No, I don't think I don't think you would need to do like you would need to go look for materials. I think that you have pretty much everything here.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure this group of what is essentially rangers would probably have what I need anyway.
I think that's actually yeah. And I think because this will be a medicine check +3 additionally.
Yeah, so I'd need a 6 get what would it be +4 to the roll.
Yeah, you get a +4 to this. So go ahead and roll that and see if you can staunch it a little bit. Whoo, 10.
10.
Oh boy. Well, a 10 isn't the worst it could be, but it's also definitely not the best.
I'd say it's kind of middle of the road, I guess.
Yeah. You make sure to with what little materials you have, you make sure to try and neutralize some of the acid in the blood that is closer to more vital organs. Like there was definitely some on his chest that has eaten away at his shirt and is slowly eating away at his skin that you are able to sort of dissolve so that I don't know, his heart wouldn't melt while you're gone.
Yeah.
So you've certainly helped.
I have so many tool options I can choose from now in order to help with stuff now. This is great because I'm proficient with all of them now. I think that's the only thing that could really help, unless like a herbalist kit might do something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as the alchemist kit would. Okay, yeah. I've helped out a little bit. He's not going to die immediately while we're away.
Perfect. Actually, I need to check. Intelligence of 18 +4. Your proficiency's +3, so that'd be +7. So did I already give you a +1? I did already give you a +1. Do you need a second one? Did you get 2 things that give you +1? Sorry, I'm looking at your spell casting to make sure I did it correct.
Oh.
I think I already added your +1 just fine.
Yeah, looks like it's fine.
Cool. Wonderful. Absolutely. In that case, you will try your best to help Lee. Willow will cool off. Non will assist as well, sort of bouncing around, taking care of various activities. And the night will continue.
Something I would like to Willow to be doing.
Of course.
Willow goes into his tent. Still a little mad, but no longer fully pissed off. He will sit down, crisscross, and pray.
Okay. I'm tempted to say another religion check, but I know you're not very good at those.
It's not. It's more of him trying to have a conversation, not ask for help.
Okay.
If that helps.
It gives me a couple options, but they're still not great. Go ahead. I think I'm gonna ask for another religion check, but with the knowledge of your subtraction. It's not gonna be super difficult. I think the fact that you're not asking for anything, just to talk, is gonna be helpful here. Okay, that's certainly good. What is the do you have like a specific question in mind?
I think it's more of what happened.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's more of a what happened and like more of like he understands that like giants and dragons don't normally get along. But he had hoped that Lee would be okay.
I think I think with a 13, your mind draws to two separate things. There is you sort of remember your mind draws for a second to the painting of the Hydra, and you begin to question why it was hidden away in the first place. The idea that this thing didn't really belong, and Lee's statement of "I don't even know if that thing was a dragon." And while you don't necessarily get an answer to those questions, you are sort of pinned with that idea of, I don't actually know what this thing is. But when you think about what happened to Lee and whether or not the mother helped, I will pull back slightly as you can't help but think about the docks you were just sitting on. And you remember looking out and being told that every single boat had been destroyed except for the one that remained. And apparently the one that Lee had found out on the very, very outskirts of town, you didn't notice it before. That boat is still fully intact, sitting on the shore. Not a single boat has come back that way before.
I think Willow just says, he knows he's probably not going to get a response. He's just like, I guess you did help. I apologize for doubting.
And you'll just feel a slight breeze brush against your tent.
Willow, not Lee. Willow will fall asleep.
Absolutely. Then we'll cut to Enley and Hemlock. Where are you guys when you are reading?
I assume we're okay. Actually, where have we been staying? I haven't been paying attention to that. I'm sorry.
The
somewhere, I don't know exactly where.
You guys are in a non sort of clan camp. Each of you were given a like a tent basically during the Mammoth mission, and they've offered to let you keep it until they leave.
Oh, yippee!
We're in Enley's comically small tent.
No, please, God. Hemlock's a normal sized tent, please. Begging.
Well, you probably had to upgrade your tent after you got your wings that were very big for you.
So true, bestie.
So in that case, sorry, I'm looking. You want glass? I got you a nice painting. Bet. Some
New jewelry? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dust,
I got everything, motherfucker.
Dust, I have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Would Willow get the sense that the blacksmith might know more
Of?
about the painting and why it was in there?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's all I need to know.
Mm-hmm. Well, you two, I'll say that you are in a tent. I'm not gonna specify. I'll let your imagination decide that one. And
We are
Isla,
in tent.
Hemlock's cool tent.
Hemlock's cool tent. And Isla is
Hemlock's cool tent.
also here. She's just sort of sitting, sort of bouncing around the tent a little bit, walking back and forth. And she'll like let out like a big yawn, and do like the little like lip smack thing, very cartoonish.
So cute.
And we'll say,
Isla is my favorite ever.
and we'll say, all right,
She's the most.
all right, Isla's getting just a little bit tired. What did you guys want? What did you guys want to do?
Well, we were gonna read this book, but if you wanted a little nap, well, okay, listen, okay, so we're gonna read this book, and Isla, if you want to take a little nap, hey, it'd be a good time for you to, dream like we talked about. Have a little dream for yourself.
Oh, okay. I would love to sleep. I'm quite tired. I bit a zombie.
You bit many zombies, and then you dug us out of a crypt, so that was pretty cool.
It's true. I had to wash myself off in the snow. Which is definitely how that works.
Just had their teeth brushed.
It's true. It's 100% true. All right, well, I'm going to go to sleep then. That sounds great to me. And she will just start to curl up like a dog, and begin to go to sleep. And she will conk out pretty quick. Before I get to her, are you guys actually just reading over it again, or what are you doing?
I know Enley wanted to. And Atlas. The two of them.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, so, like, I do want to read it, like, in character, I want to read it over again, and just, like, see if there's, like, anything that Enley might have missed. Hold on, I put myself on push to talk, and like a fool, bound it to spacebar, so now my chat is filling with spacebars. 1 second.
That's kind of funny, not gonna lie. Sorry.
Man, I'm tired. Like,
And of course now the phone's ringing, so I'm gonna need a second.
Oh, good.
Okay. Fair.
Sponsored by Colgate. We're not sponsored by Colgate.
Long and arduous role play
Sponsored?
of putting down
Hold on.
Isla for her nap.
Mm-hmm.
She gets tucked in. She gets, you know those TikToks where like people like do all the skincare for their dogs? She gets her little hands and feet moisturized. Her little nose gets moisturized. Does her nose need to be moisturized?
I guess it can be.
It can be.
Teeth brush.
She gets
Full routine.
Full routine. All her skincare, all her grooming. Yeah. We have her on a routine.
Sponsored by
Put
the
her in
Adventurers
bonnet.
Pack.
She
There you
doesn't
go,
need a
Dust.
bonnet, but we put her in one.
Did you hear me, Dust?
What'd you say?
I said, I jokingly said, sponsored by the Adventurers Pack.
Oh, I see. I guess we technically are.
We actually are. It does.
Yeah, we
sponsor
actually are. Yeah, it does actually sponsor us.
us.
That's crazy.
Please. I can make this
Please.
an ad about that.
Let's not.
Do it. No, I wouldn't do. It'd be funny.
Okay, we're good now. I don't have an entire chat full of spacebars.
That's weird. I thought we were NQP.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was very confusing.
Yeah, so the plan, essentially, Emily just wants to, like, see if there was anything that he was missing. He's just trying to, like, formulate how he wants to tell Isla about all this.
Is Isla asleep at this point?
Yeah, you guys wait maybe like 5-10 minutes. She's out like a light.
Okay. I'm gonna lean over, in a way that is altogether too slow and a little bit too close, and whisper a little bit too loudly into Enley's ear and go, "So, I know what the plan is, but I really think you gotta have something specific to say, or else it could go pretty wrong. Or maybe I'm taking this too seriously. Maybe it doesn't matter, but maybe it does. How much do you think it matters?"
I mean, I think it matters a lot. I mean, Isla is just a baby, but she knows nothing, but at the same time so much about our world that I think if we're vague or if we just aren't able to kind of say it in a way that's not too scary for her, then we're going to regret it later. So I think we should have like not necessarily a script, but definitely kind of an idea of what we want to say.
Yeah,
Like
you're
I think
right. It's only her whole personhood.
yeah, that's the thing is like this really will the reason why we're waiting is for us to figure out a way to emphasize that this is her gift. It's for her to
Yeah.
use and her to decide. So we want to make sure that she has her agency.
That sounds really mature-like.
Yeah, you know, I think that it's we obviously don't want to be we're gonna be direct, but we're not gonna be too blunt. Just we gotta break it to her in a way that she will understand. But I think you know from what I've read, it's kind of all there. You know, I don't think that there's a ton of reading between the lines to be had with this, other than what we kind of already.
Like straight out.
I had the idea of kind of having a chat with her after she has her dream. You know, like yesterday when we were, you know, still underground, I talked to her about dreams and how, you know, everyone dreams different things and, you know, sometimes you dream good things and sometimes you dream bad things and that those dreams don't define you or, you know, like your who you are, but sometimes they're just dreams and you can't always control that.
Right.
So I think
sort of like a pregame.
Yeah. So I think maybe, you know, when she wakes up, I can ask her about her dream, kind of remind her of that. And then after I kind of maybe say something along the lines of like, you know, like, hey, you know, like where you came from is not who you are. You know, what you can offer other people isn't who you are. And then probably just, you know, she can get into our heads. I think we can just let her see us reading it in our heads so we don't have to read the whole thing out loud again. It's kind of long.
Sort of like beaming it, cliff notes into her mind a little bit.
Yeah, you know, and like we should let her see that this well we are slightly worried it doesn't scare us. I think that's probably also important. It's letting her know that, you know, just because her kind was made by dragons that she's or that you know her kind was made by that one that we're not afraid.
Okay.
You said that so suspiciously. Do you think I'm being loud? Do you think I get a chance to speak in this or no? Because this is also I don't want to step on any toes, but also a little bit kind of my entire personhood.
I mean, if you want to jump in and weigh in, I think, you know, that would probably be helpful. Someone to relate to. I think just it's important that we kind of hit those key points that I brought up first.
So.
Right. Yeah.
As you both are talking,
No.
Oh boy. I
No
rolled
way.
I rolled a few D100s to be like, which one would be better? And I rolled consistently low, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just go for low. And then I got the highest roll that I've rolled so far, and I was like, oh, well, shit. So while you two are sort of talking, you hear a slight whimper from Isla.
No.
Oh, is she having a nightmare?
And she will sort of her sort of legs will like twitch slightly and her whole body will twitch. And she's like lightly shaking.
No.
And then she
Pick her up.
will start. Oh, are you doing something?
Well, I like Enly to wake her up because she looks like she's hurt and scared.
I think Enly will kind of get down where she's sleeping and just like wrap his wings around her. Not trying to like wake her up, but just be comforting.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Right.
Oh! It will work momentarily, and you will feel her begin to sort of calm down slightly, and then both of you will see, but Hemlock, you will see like almost like light shining through skin, like that sort of reddish color. Light begins to shine beneath Enly's wings. As Isla starts to glow slightly.
Oh. Oh no.
And she will begin to kick, and you will hear some light whimpering noises, and then she will open her eyes with a start, and they will be white. Her pupils will be sort of what's the word? Pale. And they will have a slight sort of purplish color, purplish pinkish. As something begins to step out of the light that she is creating, something physical.
Oh.
As I
God.
believe you both were there, as the wyvern from the kindergarten begins to step out from between the lines.
Oh.
And Isla is sort of backed up into a corner as this light is sort of projecting off of her, creating this image. And she's just sort of breathing really heavily, and staring at it, and seems to be focused on it. And then it looks to Isla and begins to approach Isla.
Does this seem like a bad situation? I can't tell.
Seems like a pretty bad situation.
Yeah,
Okay.
if she's like making this happen from her dreams, like the book said, we gotta wake her up.
Yeah.
Two squishiest characters
Yeah.
decide to do this.
What do you guys do right now?
The two squishiest characters.
I'm going to. Okay. Enly had their turn. With gentle love and kindness that everyone should always adhere to. Hemlock is gonna do a hemlock and just grab her and start shaking her.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know.
I feel like... Oh, that's very loud. I feel like that has to be... I want to say persuasion.
Okay. They call me the Persuader. Hold on. Where are you? They call me the Persuader.
10. She's
They
almost
should
like...
stop calling you that.
She's almost like looking past you as this wyvern is like approaching her. And then and she'll like see you for a moment and look confused, and you'll hear her say Hemlock. And then the wyvern is going to bite you, and it's going to hit.
Awesome.
And you're gonna take a little bit of damage. I could do it this way. I did. Wonderful. As the reality of how physical this creature is begins to properly set in.
Oh god.
Enley, do you do anything?
Oh God. I think. Shit. I'm like looking through my spells, trying to think if there's anything I could do. Screw spells. Oh God. Why do I feel like Enley would just start like humming and trying to calm her down and like wake her up at the same time?
I like that.
Just like he's pulling out his typical bardness. And it's just like kind of starts just kind of like smoothing his hands down her scales and like just humming, trying to be soothing, but also like enough kind of touch and sound to wake her up.
Make a performance check. A 13.
Not proficient in performance. Somehow as a bard.
As a bard?
Yeah. That's not awful though. She will sort of like blink lightly, and I think with your combined effort, Hemlock did get a 10, which isn't the worst. With your combined effort, she'll sort of like blink and flutter, and that light will dim, and she'll sort of startle herself awake and like fall backwards. And when that light dims, the wyvern will stutter for a moment and fall, and then it will begin to get back up.
Oh god.
And Isla just sort of like looks to both of you, confused and upset. And as the wyvern almost like gets ready and prepares itself to strike, the tent will, the sort of flap to the tent will fly open as you see a hand enter, and in a single moment, the wyvern is reduced to nothing but ash. And Troll Carl will step in.
Okay, I was about to ask if it was like a disembodied hand, but it's attached to Troll Carl. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a Troll Carl.
Troll Carl will step in, his hand out. He looks at the dust. He looks at you three. He looks at Isla specifically for a moment. He will not fold the book, just sort of shut it and tuck it inside of his cloak. And he will say,
Look.
I want to clarify before I say this, because I might have forgotten. It's been a week. Did you tell him about the book?
No.
No.
He will look at the book, and he will say, you discovered knowledge on potentially one of the most dangerous things in all of Okrithel. And instead of telling me, you decided to experiment.
We weren't experimenting. We
It was
never
Everett's
meant for that to
idea.
happen. We
Throws him under the bus immediately.
side eye.
It's just true. It was your idea. It was.
Okay.
You
No.
said so.
Okay. I didn't. Okay. Hemlock, you stay here with Isla. Don't say anything. Troll Carl, you and I are talking outside.
What? He has my book. I want my book back.
You'll get your book in 5 minutes.
He also doesn't have the book. He just looked at it.
Oh, I thought he was holding it. Oh, it's my bad.
No, he
My
has
bad.
his own book. He's a spellcaster. He's a wizard.
Okay. Sorry.
And Trokar will nod at that, and he will step outside.
Stop. Sorry, that was
We discovered something when we were down there. We were not experimenting with Isla. We found out that she has an ability to use her dreams to create things, and seeing as she's been through many dreams with us, we didn't see any harm in waiting a day for her to try to have a dream of her own for once, because she's never done that. She's only ever been in our dreams. So we wanted her to take a little nap and see what happened and just calmly explain it to her when she woke up. We didn't think that this would happen because it hasn't happened in the weeks since she hatched. So we weren't experimenting with her, and it would be greatly detrimental to what we're trying to do, which is give her agency, if you talk about us treating her like a science experiment.
He will pause for a moment, thinking about what you're saying. And he'll sort of look back to the tent and say, I understand your intentions, and I appreciate them, and I will get to that. But I am knowledgeable on these lands. I am knowledgeable of many kinds of beings here, including the gem dragons. If you had told me you had found such a book and were planning on doing such a thing, I would have been able to warn you. I recommend you do so in the future. However, I understand what you're trying to do, and I appreciate it. The gem dragons, the ones that have lived through gods know how long, some of them are relatively unstable. They have the ability to create and destroy at a whim. You are attempting to create one that isn't as such, one that is actually in control of herself. That is good. I will leave you to your... I don't know what to call it. Story time? But I must implore in the future you let me know.
It would be easier to tell you things if you were a bit more open, quite frankly. We appreciate what you do for us. We appreciate that you're guiding us through all this. But a lot of the time, it seems like you just show up when it's convenient for you. So forgive us if you're not exactly our first call for help.
He will stare at you with a sort of unchanging expression. And he will say, I brought you here, and all of you here. Well, not all of you. In order to assist both me and yourselves in your collective goals. You would be correct. Sometimes when I am here, it is because it is convenient. But if I was going purely off of my own convenience, I would stand completely by the wayside and watch as you all kill yourselves, fighting things far beyond your capability. I appreciate what you do. And maybe perhaps I do more than I let you see. I'm going to leave you to your business now. And he will stare at you for a moment. and then he will snap his fingers and disappear.
Enli goes back into the tent and just immediately crouches down next to Isla, and just checks on her, make sure that she's okay. Figures she's probably pretty shaken from the nightmare.
Isla is currently forcibly curled herself around one of Hemlock's sort of legs.
He holds her.
Oh, okay, yeah. In that case, you were sitting down and she was just
Never
in your
before
lap.
seen.
A sort of leg, if you will.
Half a leg.
And you will crouch down and just sort of check in on her. She's shaking a little bit, but being held is making it easier. And immediately when you come in, she'll say, I tried to do the dreaming thing like you said, but it was scary. I saw that thing. I don't remember it, but I do? It was there when I was very young, before any of you. It bit and it gnawed and gnashed at the cage in front of me, and I couldn't move.
Yeah, I know that must have been really scary for you. But Isla, do you remember, suppose earlier today, because it was only a little nap, but do you remember when we were still underground and I told you that sometimes you're going to have dreams that are happy, sometimes you might have dreams that are sad or scary, or that make you feel angry, but at the end of the day, for most people, it's just thoughts in your head and pictures.
She'll nod.
Well, what I said still holds true. Your dreams don't define who you are. They don't say anything about you, about who you are as a person or dragon at your core. But you, Isla, specifically, being a gem dragon, are a bit special. You know, how you can go into all of our dreams, do things like that. Most other creatures can't do that. And you have something that we learned about today, an ability that we don't fully understand yet. And I wanted you to have a chance to dream for yourself before we told you about it, because I wanted you to understand what it felt like to dream for yourself. And I think that the nightmare that you had, that scary dream about the wyvern, I wish that maybe I had told you before you'd fallen asleep, but at the same time, I think it's good that we let you at least try it for yourself, because we want you to understand that when you dream, you have this ability to make what you dream come to life. You may... Oh my god, hold on.
You're okay. She will just kind of nod, and she looks kind of concerned. And she'll look to you, Hemlock, and say, "Is that what that was? That wasn't real?" Well, I guess it was real because it was here.
That
but...
was something in your mind that you were thinking about and focusing on. But
Oh.
you've got like a special fancy power that makes your thoughts and things you're dwelling on more real.
Okay.
More real.
Okay.
And I also agree that we should have told you beforehand, but I'm not being a stinker about it. I'm choosing to not be a stinker about it. You're okay though.
No.
You haven't done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Isla, the reason why we wanted to wait to tell you, as I said, is so that way you could have your own dream and see how it felt. but also because what you dream and what you do with your life, what you make real, should be up to you and only up to you. Do you know what I mean when I say that you kind of you can shape your own future. You can, yes, you can make things that happen in dreams real. But because you'd only ever been in our dreams, I didn't want you to think that you have to make our dreams real. That's a choice that should be entirely up to you.
She'll just nod and say, I get it. I get it. Dreaming is
Yeah.
scary, though.
Not all of them will be like that. I think that, unfortunately, we were just a bit unlucky this time.
I guess.
But at the end of the day, you have this super cool, unique ability, and I know that you want to do good at your core. We trust you. We love you. You're a part of this group, and well, we all really care about you, Isla. We only ever want to protect you.
She'll nod.
And there's also one other thing that we learned in that book that we should tell you. And we want to preface this by saying that none of us are scared by what we learned, even though saying it might sound a bit scary. But, you know about the Titans, right, Isla? Like, I think we kind of explained the concept to you the other day.
She'll kind of tilt her head and nod a little bit and say, I like the sky and the ground and the water, I think. Like that?
And the fire.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fire. Right?
And
Fire.
Well, there's those 4 Titans. There's Sinaquis, Aloris, Tenignus, Guntera, and there's also a 5th one that most people don't talk about because he betrayed some of the other Titans, and his sort of specialty, people think that he's going to be the one to end the world. And we learned that gem dragons were made by Aloris, the Wind Titan, and also Apophis. And very much like how I explained, your dreams are not who you are. Where you came from is not who you are. Because you're Isla, and you get to decide who you are, what you'll become. So we don't want you to feel strange or worried or scared that we'll judge you for being a type of person or dragon, I guess, made by Apophis, the 5th one. Because we don't. We just want you to know that.
You get the idea she doesn't quite understand, like, the actual gravity of how bad, a Titan, how good or bad the Titans are. I'll just give you that because you have a really good insight. She'll just kind of nod along and say, I get it. It's a lot. Yeah, well, I have a lot to think about now. Do you, okay. Well, thank you. She kind of, like, spaces out for a moment. She'll say, thank you a lot, Enley. And then she'll turn to you, Hemlock, and say, do you mind if I stay in here tonight?
Sure, I don't mind anything.
Okay.
I can tell you all the other fun secrets in the book.
That would be nice. Is there anything you two wanted to do with Isla before you head off to bed?
Ooh, I'm going to sob. I'm going to sob and cry. I'm going to do. Lizzie is going to do. Lizzie's going to have a few moments of thought.
Of course.
Are we all hanging out in my tent or not? I don't know.
It's just Isla at the
What's
moment.
the arrangement? Are we all hanging out in my tent or not? I don't know.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
I mean, for the night, Enlil will sleep in his own tent. I actually, where do you think does Isla typically sleep with like any particular one of us, or?
She kind of changes every night.
Okay, because I was gonna say if she typically sleeps with Enlil, then I would say Enlil is sad. But if she just kind of swaps around based on whatever, they don't feel any type of way about it. I think they're just they're going over what they said and they're like, oh, I could have said it so much better, because they were kind of caught off guard and started rambling and I didn't have anything written down.
All good. That's okay. All of you then.
I think.
I
yeah,
will.
just. I think Enlil kind of is just ruminating on making sure that Isla has all of the tools to be whatever she wants to be, and safe and happy, and he's going dad mode.
Absolutely.
Very, very My Little Pony of you. I love it.
I will. I will go ahead and long rest all of you then. But before the long rest is done,
It's time.
I look at Nadar. So this one might actually take a little bit longer because beyond that, you also have some infusions you can do.
Yeah, I have one new infusion that I'd be taking.
Gotcha.
Of like an item. The other ones are stuff that I can't do yet because I don't have the slots for it.
Absolutely. Alrighty, let's start with the forge.
Yeah.
You have re-sewn, re-knitted. You have done everything you can to make sure that this hodgepodge job of a fire resistance cloak will work out in the end. So, what was it? What did I say you needed to beat last time? Was it a 15?
Oh god, it was 17.
It was like a
failed it.
16 or a 17 last time.
Something like that. Like,
I want to say 15 is what you have to be right now. Because I know it goes
two.
down when you fail.
Yeah, and I failed my most recent one.
So give me a forging roll.
I need a 5 or higher.
If you get a nat 20, good things happen.
Alright. 5 or higher to complete it. Here we go. And yeah, boom. Okay.
That is certainly higher than a 5.
Well.
With an 18, you check the bits which you had so much trouble sewing up last time.
Big old claws.
Big old claws. You make sure that there, like if there's any wing holes, they're in the right places. You make sure the size is right. You get everything as it should be. There are some patches that will take some time to set, but you have made a fire resistance cloak.
Let's go.
So I will delete that and move it up here. And yeah, and now we move on to your infusions.
Yeah. So the infusions I have, one is the repeating shot that's on Nan's bow.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have my bag of holding
Wonderful.
that I took forever ago. And the new one is Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Wonderful.
I
All
decided.
right.
Finally.
So, I will. We can probably do this in character in a moment, but who do you want to give? I mean, obviously the bow and arrow is going to Non because they still have it. And you have
Yep.
your bag of holding. Who do you want to give the cloak of the manta ray to? You can give it to yourself. That is an option.
I
but-
was going to keep it for myself.
Wonderful. I will add that to your items then.
Because knowing where we're about to be going, and how Nadar fights, he's like, I should make something for myself.
That is very smart and very true. When you were talking about it earlier, I was very tempted to interject, but I didn't.
I was like, because I can always switch out my infusion for something different once I don't need it anymore.
Absolutely.
Like maybe a spell fueling ring.
All right, I've given you the
Get a
cloak of
free
the
extra
manta
spell
ray.
slot. Let's go.
So now, you'll have to let me know when you want to put the hood up. Feel free to interject at any time. But absolutely, you have that. What's it called? Sun will begin to rise. You will be able to emerge from your forge with a blue cloak and a red cloak.
Blue cloak just draped around him and just fastened, and the red cloak very much too small for him.
All of you will slowly but surely begin to wake up, and I'll sort of go around. I'll hop back to Hemlock really quick. My dog pissed back. I'll hop over to Hemlock really quick.
I didn't know what you meant. Are you okay? Are you good, girly?
I was taking my dog out. That's why I was sent back.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like a terrible, horrible house accident happened, and I was like, oh no.
I gotta be honest,
Why'd
the
you do
phrase "BRB, my dog, go piss girl," I was like, my dog pissed. Anyways,
Hold on.
mhm.
I need to take a screenshot of this. Okay, yes.
So-
I'm sorry. I'm
early,
back in it.
early into the morning, as the sun is starting to rise, but not quite there. Hemlock, do you go to sleep tonight, or the night before? Now, I guess.
Yes, but a bit late and a bit restlessly to talk to Isla and make sure that every one of her little twitches isn't her having another terrible nightmare. If she sleeps. I don't know if she sleeps.
She does sleep normally. Oh God. Oh no, it's no one's initiative. Quit that.
I get to go first.
It's Isla's turn, guys.
But
Oh,
I'll
I'm
make
so
a.
proud of Isla.
Isla did not get surprised.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go, Isla.
Isla does not sleep.
Oh.
She will just sort of sit there, laying next to you or on you. Probably next to you. She's a fucking Great Dane.
And
she would crush you. You are a frail little boy.
I'm a normal man.
But
Henley would get crushed, not me. I'm built different.
that is true. But you will wake up to her just sort of like staring off into the distance, right beside you.
I want to. What? Is it easy to assume that she hasn't slept or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Hemlock wakes up, stares at her for a second, and her sad, sad little eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of mentally prepares himself, and then says to her, "So did you sleep?"
She'll pause for a moment as if she's not hearing you, and then go, Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
She'll just kind of shrug.
Oh, all right. But it was that bad then? A little scary, maybe?
She'll nod.
He's thinking of any sort of way to be comforting and decides on, oh, you know, I don't think, oh shit, I don't think that this is a bet. I don't think that this is a crazy bad thing. You know what I mean? I don't think. I feel like maybe there's a. Hold on, Isla. Hold on. There's a glass of water right by his bedroll, and he takes a drink from it. It's probably old, and then puts it back down and clears his throat for a long time, and then goes. This is a new thing. This is a new and scary thing. And I'll admit, neither of us did the best job of saying anything. And I'm going to admit that I am complicit in that. And I am sorry. I'm sorry about that. There was a better way to say something and make it not scary for you. You don't have to worry about it being scary for us. I don't think any of us are going to think you're scary. But I know it was scary for you. Oh God.
She'll kind of stand. She'll like sort of stand up, and sort of wiggle herself a little bit to loosen her muscles because she's been sitting still for so long. And she'll say, "I'm not mad at you or Enley or anyone, for that matter. I'm just. I don't know. I never really dreamed for myself, and that wasn't a really good one. And I believe Enley, you know, I'm sure it'll be better next time, but I don't want to hurt you guys."
Yeah, some of them are stinkers. Some of them are real bad dreams. I mean, most of my dreams have been not that good. Sometimes it's just shapes and colors, but those shapes get me and I'm scared of them.
Yeah, I know. I actually quite like your dreams.
You know?
Yeah. Sometimes I like to play in the colors.
Right, okay. You know what? I should have known that, actually. Yeah, sometimes you get bad dreams most of the time. Some people don't even dream. I've talked to a few people, and they said they didn't even dream, and I thought that was crazy, and I said, "What, you mean you didn't dream your whole life?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "What, so you see black?" And they go, "Yeah, I don't see nothing. I just wake up." And I'm like, "Man, that sounds terrible." That doesn't mean, don't worry about that. But, like, oh, God. What I'm trying to say is, sometimes thing bad. Sometimes thing real bad. But just cause some bad and only little good doesn't mean that good not worth it. Good worth it. Good worth it. Also, you have to sleep or you'll die. I'm sorry. You'll die if you don't sleep, I'm pretty sure.
She'll nod. Just say, yeah. I'll do that. I promise. Next time, of course.
Well, you don't have to promise me anything. I'm not gonna watch you all night and make sure you sleep. I just want you to be happy.
She'll just kind of shake herself awake a little bit, and will just kind of nod and go, okay, all right. We have a thing to kill, don't we?
We do have a thing to kill.
All right.
And I'm sure it's gonna be a lot easier with a big scary gem dragon near us. And I think I happen to know one.
She'll chuckle at that and say, "Well, I'll try my best." And she'll begin to make her way out. And most of you will. Nadar, do you give Enli the the fire resistance cloak?
I do. I walk over to Enli, handing them the cloak. And then I just tell them, make sure that the hood is up whenever you're actually wanting to use it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It probably works. And then he walks off.
Okay.
Willow is already
Mark,
near.
light me on fire!
What's Willow doing?
Willow has already made his way back to Lee to see how he's doing today.
Lee is doing okay. But they appear to be asleep. Breathing, but asleep.
Willow will like poke him.
He's asleep. There are other people around as well,
Okay.
sort of tending to him.
Willow will like kindly thank them.
They will
Thank you.
nod.
I think Willow will kind of just sit with him until the rest of his party kind of gets up.
down somewhere.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm giving. Oh God, sorry, I'm doing magical item nonsense, and I accidentally just gave Enli armor that had a base AC of 109.
Nice!
Wait, I want that.
Wow.
Nice. Way to go, Enli. I did a
Way to
lot
go,
better than I
Enli.
thought I did. Shit.
It's going to say that you have stealth, disadvantage on stealth. You don't. Actually, I could just change
Okay.
that. I lied. It no longer says that.
I'm gonna say, I hope you'll be able to change that. It'd be really obnoxious for them to remember.
Yeah. I basically just gave you leather armor and made the base AC 10, so it didn't change anything. And removed the disadvantage, so you should be good. Let me check something. Cool, just had to make sure.
I thought you were gonna roll fire damage on them.
Oh, that actually, that's a good point. One moment.
Yeah, let's make sure it actually works real quick.
Let's make sure this works. Hold on, Hemlock. I'm gonna use your character sheet to cast a spell.
Sick.
Nice.
Scorching Ray.
Our little
Random
testing
spell.
product.
Random spell goes off from the two.
That definitely
they did
didn't
not.
have it. That did not have it at all. Why are you
They have-
not resistance?
It wouldn't make sense for them to have to activate it, would it?
It just says you
Okay.
have resistance. Okay, I think what that means is that I need to physically add
Just
that
give them the
to
resistance
your...
forever.
Yeah, which I believe is
can take it
all
from-
capitals resist. Oh, I can! You're right! Thank you,
You're
Bard.
welcome. You just take it from hellish resistance. Just be like, yoink. It'll say hellish resistance, but it just gives them resistance to fire.
Oh, like if I just...
I think it'll.
You can just
well, no,
drag
I think
the
it'll
ability
just-
on them, maybe.
Yeah, you can just drag the ability on them, can you? Or no, because you don't have their token.
No, one moment. Let me check something super quick. Because I believe you guys also have it. You do. Okay, that's all I need to type. Perfect. I could just give it manually on their main page. Resist fire.
Fire.
Okay.
7.
So what's up? What's up, Fantasy Grounds? You want to talk? You want to play? We could play. What's going on?
So I just want to say, we keep saying that Isla is Great Dane sized, and Great Danes are like 2.5, 3 feet tall at the shoulder, and Enli is like 2.5, 3 feet tall.
They're the same height as Emily.
Isla has to look down just to talk to Enli.
Hi, Enli, baby boy.
You
Look
get
at you.
the like
Little guy.
the TikToks that have been going around of like dogs looking down at the phone and their jowls are hanging. That's
I
what
will
it is.
I think Enli could genuinely ride Isla.
Oh,
To
Lord.
battle.
Probably.
Make Isla a mount.
Resist, fire. You know what? Bard, you're right. You already have resistance to cold. That's crazy. You don't, actually. I'm looking at the wrong character. That would do it,
Yeah,
huh?
that's me.
I will have resistance.
I'm
to
resistant
cold
to
at level 8.
cold.
Don't worry, at level 8 I'll have it. Infernal
Wonderful.
Constitution, baby.
I mean, I can just be resistant to every fucking damage.
All
Well, you know what?
right.
I can find ways around it. Leave me alone.
We're gonna try this one more time. For the people in the back. You fucking hate me.
7.
You want to kill me.
We will. How about I'll just keep track of if it's fire damage?
No, we need this to work.
Who did I do damage to just now? I just did damage to somebody at random, and I don't know who it was.
Oh, I died.
That's weird. Yeah, we'll just keep track of it. I trust you. But for some reason, you're not. Oh! So, guys, guess who's actually a dumb idiot?
You don't
I-
want me to answer that.
I made you a new character sheet, and I forgot to put the new one on.
So you've been putting it on the wrong character?
Oh yeah. Oh boy, yeah, was I. Oh boy, was I ever. There you go. It's there now.
Yay.
Okay. Now that we've got that out of the way. You are...
Also-
Yes, please.
I was just gonna say, Dust, given that Enli multi-classed, does anything interesting happen overnight?
I was going to do something and I entirely forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
This up low, 'cause it'd be cool.
This will... We're kind of bouncing around in time a bit. We'll see. We'll see what goes on with Willow.
No, you're good.
No, you're okay.
I just wanted to ask.
Enli, I don't know what kind of dream, because I kind of gave you... I think you are back in the space when you got your wings. That sort of large, black emptiness with the skull at the dragon shrines looming above you. Unmoving, just sort of sitting there for a moment. And there is immediately, as you're like sort of getting your bearings, understanding where you are again, you feel this overwhelming sense of gratitude. Oh! One moment. Someone... I think... So, a while ago, one of our DM, Krellian, was visited by one of the people that made Fantasy Grounds, and they are possibly here right now.
Oh, hey.
Hey!
Hey!
I don't know if that's true or
Love
not,
the
but
product,
hey,
Curly.
it's very cool. I've been
Love
using it for a
Fantasy
year and a
Grounds.
half.
Using the actions is funny in chat. I love it.
It is. Community manager. Wonderful. Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, I believe that's the same person.
Well, wonderful. It's wonderful to have you along. Thank you for coming by. But yeah, like I said, you feel this overwhelming sense of gratitude wash over you. And similar to before, where you saw this massive copper dragon that enveloped you, you instead see Isla curled up into a ball, asleep.
Isla!
Literally so small.
Do you say or do anything?
I think So like I see the skull from the shrine and I see Isla like curled up under it, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I think I walk up to the skull and to Isla, and I don't want to disturb her, so I do what I've done nearly every time that I've come to one of the to the shrines, and I put a hand to the skull, just like one gentle hand on it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think there's like this moment of hesitation as you feel something sort of rippling off. And when you touch your hand to the skull, you find it affixed there as a cacophony of noises begins to blare directly into your head. It startles you for a moment and will continue to do so. It's a lot. As you will hear the sound of fire crackling and burning and various elements, ice, acid, all this other stuff, roaring, the flapping of wings, and it is oppressing, the amount of noise that you hear at this moment. But encased in that cacophony, you can make out a few words, being, "You care for my child as if you were me. A child I could never be there for. For that, you have my gratitude. Might my gratitude grant you strength." And after that, you will sort of push off of the skull a little bit. Those noises will disappear. And you will feel a bit of power? Your arm, your hand that was touching it, you see a small little, almost like a tattoo, crawling up the side of your arm up to about your elbow, of a dragon.
So cool, so cool, so cool. I think as Enli pulls their hand back, they kind of like look to the skull, and they look down at Isla, and they say, "Isla is so sweet and so special, and I know that she needs to be protected. But I also want her to know that all the power that she needs to protect herself is already within her. But I would give my life to defend her if I had to."
You will, looking at Isla, you will see for a moment a barrier put up between you and Isla. Something you can see through, but you tell she can't. She will wake up and she will look around and she will call and no one will answer. And eventually she will curl back into a ball and grow distant and small. And when that barrier disappears and she sees you, she will run up to you and she'll begin to nuzzle against you. She's saying things, you just can't hear them. You could tell she's excited. She will bounce around you, nuzzling against you, and eventually she will duck her head underneath you and lift you up onto her back and begin to take off into the sky with you attached. And as she flies, you will watch her wingspan grow and her tail lengthen. And you will see her grow up and prosper in this moment. As long as you are there. Not you specifically, but you know.
I think yeah, as they fly and Isla grows, Emily just throws her arms around her neck, and not knowing if she can hear them like they can hear her, just says to her softly, "I'll never leave you if you need me. I'll always be there if you call."
And then as you sort of hug gently and close your eyes, you will wake up. And I think this is where, Nadar will just be sort of sitting at your tent, holding the fire resistance cloak in hand, looking very, very proud of himself. And also several puncture wounds on his fingers from the needle.
Yeah, Emily picks up the cloak, like kind of half absent-mindedly, just like looks at it, squints, sees some kind of sketchy stitching.
Nadar's blood is
Nadar.
definitely on the cloak.
Just looks at like one patch of red wing that's a little bit too red. Looks at Nadar, and
I put my blood into that cloak. And just walks off.
Oh,
Emily goes to say something mean, and then just goes, "Thank you."
Not blood, sweat, and tears, just blood.
And sweat. It's hot in that forge.
Yeah, probably sweat too. If he was a red dragonborn, it wouldn't be sweat.
Also, for those of you who are interested, Emily has just taken a level of Divine Soul Sorcerer.
yippee!
Cool.
Wonderful. We're gonna hop
God's
over.
favorite.
We're gonna hop over to Willow in just a moment, but while we're still at the camp, and everyone except for Willow is sort of gathering their bearings, the the chief is actually over with Willow right now. That father from before will come up to you, and will say, "We have been preparing slightly in your wake while you went to the graveyard. We have a group of people that are willing to accompany you against the Hydra, should you let them."
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I appreciate that more than you know. And I will have one ready by next session, but Sephi, I am going to give you a stat block of the archers, or not the archers, just the your clansmen who are going to be joining you on this trip, and they will be acting sort of as a unit separately. And I'll make it very simple. I'm going to give them some like basic actions that you can have them do on their turn.
I can hear Sephi's
I-
fractured yippies.
I would say I think that was a yippee, but it was super, super hard to hear.
There it is.
There it is.
That works.
And yeah, you will just get a group of I believe I'll say 9. 9 seems like a pretty solid number. 9 of these. Hmm?
9 and her 9 archer.
Indeed, these 9 I think tribesmen's a better word. Yeah, 9 tribesmen that will be joining you. And as 4 of you begin to make your way to the docks, Willow, you are already there, sitting next to Lee, making sure that he is okay. Brano is trying to reassure you that everything's going to be fine. Can Willow just roll a straight insight check for me to actually figure out what might be happening?
Will Willow learn why Lee is dying?
A 10. I think that I don't know if you can actually tell anything, but I think that there is reason to be suspect to this. And there is a brief moment where there will be a slight convulsion in Lee's chest as he will begin to cough slightly. And he'll wake up for a brief moment. And he'll see you, Willow, and he'll smile, and then he'll chuckle lightly and sigh as he tilts his head backwards. And he says, "You are really worried about me."
I always will be.
I have seen worse. Or actually, I don't know why I'm making him talk like that. He's probably talking in Giant, which you know. And he will say, "I have seen worse." I mean, remember that time when the keep was attacked by that crazy lightning freak? Remember that one?
I mean, my horns wouldn't be like this if I didn't remember.
Well, you came back from that fine. I came back from that fine.
Yes.
Just kind of pause.
I mean...
Oh, please, continue.
Willow will kind of fiddle with the rings on his finger. You've helped me a lot, Lee. I don't think I'd still be here if it weren't for you.
You better believe it. But, you know, I can't say I'm much different with you. Hell, I'm still here right now. And I'm not bored, because you're here. That'd be hell. I'll pause for a moment and say, look, I don't know how it's going to turn out. But whether I'm here or not, you know to give them hell for me, right?
Until my dying breath.
Good. And hey, if I live, you should ask that I don't even know, what was his name? Little white dragonborn. Get him to make me a new leg. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'll ask him.
You better. I deserve it at this point. I took that thing's head off.
You did. You did.
Was that the smartest decision?
She would have probably had two, though.
Okay, now you're just being mean.
You know she probably would.
You can't let me have a single win.
You did good. It's our turn to finish the job this time.
He'll nod, and he will sort of close his eyes.
Before he closes his eyes, I think he notices that Willow is holding the scythe.
He'll sort of look at that for a moment. And he can't really decide how to feel about that. There's a bit of a conflictedness in it. He'll pause for a moment as he closes his eyes and leans backwards. He'll begin to drift back off to sleep. But before he sort of passes out again, he'll say, well, it's good to know you got proper motivation, I guess.
They mess with my brother.
And he will go to sleep. He does not die, of course. So, after that, we will see all of you on the docks. You're all gathered here. Oh, please.
I think Willow feels something in the moment. He feels his connection with Lee and the Giants. He just doesn't quite know what it is yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ominous.
Well, Dust knows what it is. Dust knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And you all will sort of be standing here. The captain is there, and he'll say, "Well, I gave you a condition, and it seems you all have fulfilled it quite handily, actually."
Oh,
Hmm?
there's one more thing I wanted to do before we leave, but it's okay if we need to go along.
What were you thinking of?
Willow wanted to go ask the blacksmith about the painting. That was all.
I will kill two birds with one stone. This is a pretty eventful thing. The blacksmith is simply here.
Okay. Cool.
Not going with you, but is watching.
Yeah. Willow will kind of walk up to him. I have a question, if you don't mind answering.
Go on.
What was the painting doing in there?
He'll pause for a moment and think. And he'll say, "I was quite the adventurer back in my day.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up many things, slayed many foes, you know, the old rigmarole. But there was this one fella who was obsessed with the thing, obsessed with his king. Said that he wanted to make something to, I don't know the word, help him in some way. I thought the painting looked nice, so I took it home. But that guy was a gray day lunatic."
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Take care of yourself.
Oh, I will. I'm retired now. More retired than I was before.
More retired?
I'm more retired. You heard me.
See you when we get back.
Mm-hmm.
All of us. And Willow will walk back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, the captain will be here with your crew. And he will say, "Not a single boat has come back from any voyages out into the mist. I don't know what's going to happen
Willow-
out there, but
Willow will calmly say real quick, I'm so sorry.
yeah."
Willow calmly say that's actually a lie now. And he'll point to Lee's boat.
I'll look over at the
That
boat.
boat made it safely.
Whoa.
The boat sinks.
The boat.
I will-
The boat. Falling rocks land on the boat and it dies.
The boat lifts to one
Guys.
side and just sinks.
Guys, I'm really scared. We're in battleship right now. Get off the game board.
But you will point to that boat and he'll scratch his chin and say, "That's a good point. All right, I know what we'll do then." And he will look to your 9 tribesmen and will say, "You 9 will go on that boat over there, and us 6 will go on this one. Well, 7, including the dragon." Looking to Isla, who yawns.
Very important member of the party.
Mm-hmm. We will head out separately, and well, I suppose whatever happens, happens. Are you all ready, or any final preparations need to be made?
Nothing that I can't do while we're out there.
Willow
I
will
have
roll
nothing
his
to
shoulders.
prepare.
Willow rolls his shoulders. holds the scythe in his hand. Let's go kill a Hydra.
Oof.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
I think Enli, kind of as everyone's preparing to leave in a badass manner, will just bring probably, I don't know, probably their left arm out of the cloak with the new like dragon tattoo winding up it, and I think it just glows a little bit with sorcery magic,
Mm-hmm.
just epically, silently.
Absolutely.
That's a real warlock thing for you to do.
He's not a warlock, he's a sorcerer.
That's a real warlock thing to do.
Warlock.
Okay, I take one warlock feat, and all of a sudden,
But you're a
cast
fucking
Eldritch
warlock.
Blast.
Yeah,
It's those Eldritch Blasts. That's a warlock.
Warlock.
The captain will get on the ship, ushering everyone else onto their own. The 9 archers will be able to handle themselves on the separate boat, but yours, a bit bigger, pardon me, will begin to sail off first. Let me make sure I have the right music. Is this correct?
Yeah.
What, huh?
Music.
There we go. So that's all right. We'll get to the different music in a moment. You will begin to traverse through the mist. Quickly, the whatever was behind you, the city, will disappear from sight. Even the other boat is starting to get a little too distant for you to be able to see. Captain is maintaining things. As you go through, however, I would make you roll a perception, but I have no reason to. It's pretty blatant. Have you ever watched the movie How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is very reminiscent of that scene where they are going through the fog and they just see the wreckages of every other ship before them.
Kyla, use your dragon powers and sense the way.
What?
Isla,
Seeing-
pull is toothless. Not that I know what that reference means.
Seeing all the wreckage and the assumption that we're probably getting close at this point is when Nadar would activate Arcane Weapon on himself.
Absolutely. That's for like an hour, right? I keep forgetting
It
every
does.
time that it's like a
Yeah,
full
it's an
fucking
hour.
And yeah, you'll begin to push further and further in. If any of you would like to roll perception, go ahead.
Yeah, the two people
I
that can
love
perceive
Call me
really
the
good.
Perceptor.
Yeah, I love rolling perception. Let's go, baby.
Are we all? Are we all?
You
Are we all
can.
locking in?
You can if you'd like.
Yeah, it's time to lock the fuck in.
No, you have advantage on
I'm
perception,
not.
by the way. Remember.
Oh, I keep
no.
forgetting that.
I'm
Oh.
not locked in, but that's
Oh.
fine. Everybody else is.
Oh, okay.
True.
This is that. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a 26 now.
Neat.
Oh, 23. Okay.
Willow sees in 4K.
Nadar's
Willow
looking
is
at the
fully-
craftsmanship on the boats.
Willow is fully on the front of the ship. I don't remember what it's called.
the bow, I believe.
Yeah, the bow of the ship. He's on like that pole that like the kind of like on some ships that stick out from the bow. He's fully
Absolutely.
perched on that. He's
Yeah.
fully perched on
That
that.
is so crazy. That would scare the heck out of me. Could never be me. Sorry.
Nadar, you are more like it's kind of that moment where everyone else is sort of looking out
Yeah,
and
look at that boat.
your eyes fixate on the boat and you just kind of like slowly reach to your chest and press like a button on your armor and your weapon alights with magic.
Yeah, they glow for a second.
And I think Hemlock had one slightly lower. Hemlock,
It's like lower 15.
yeah, Hemlock, you are sort of keeping an eye out on the waters to see where anything is. You're making sure that the ship behind you is okay. They seem to be doing okay. But but you can't seem to notice anything in front of you. It goes weirdly quiet for a moment. And then there will be this slight wave that hits the ship, moving it backwards. Just a little bit.
Okay. Ominous.
And then there will be another wave from the other direction, pushing it forward slightly. And I think with a 26, as the ship begins to turn just a little bit, you look down into the water, Willow, and see the current begin to turn the ship. And there's a brief moment where all those that are aware take a moment to get your weapons ready, if they weren't already. And then, as you sort of look around, ready to fight whatever comes your way, you see something begin to emerge from the water. You just see a single head. It looms large above you. It looks like a dragon head, except there are these sort of flippers on the side of its face imitating gills. They aren't imitating, they are fucking gills. And it'll tilt its head slightly at you and lean into you, Willow, as you're standing there. And then it'll lean back. And then immediately you will feel the ship rock with a jolt as something beneath the water slams inside the bottom of the ship. And the head that you see will immediately pull back and go underwater. And then I want all of you to make acrobatics or athletics checks.
Oh god.
All of us?
All of you.
Let's go, baby! I'm going to the fucking water. If you look right above my roll, you'll see a very important thing.
Yep, I appreciate that.
Hold on. Wait.
What's up?
Wait, it
If
says
Emily
plus
goes
4.
over, they're just flying.
Okay, I see. Never mind.
Guys, we're doing swimming pool core.
I have to say, by the
only
way,
one that rolled really well.
Nadar is one of my favorite characters when it comes to just before combat, because of how when the threat is right there and there's that brief pause, he's just like, all right, putting on the hood, activating the sword, cool, all right.
All right, and he's very, very pre-planning. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, enemy. Okay, I gotta put the hood up. Make sure my gauntlets are good. Okay, good.
Everything happens in an instant. Through the middle of the ship, a head of the Hydra will shoot upwards, splitting it in two. We'll do the athletics checks first. Of course we know what this actually means, but for the dramatic's sake. Nadar, you will immediately go tumbling backwards and fall directly into the water. Willow, with a 16, you will begin to jump as the boat threatens to split more across various fracture points. You leap from each one until you get to the pole in the middle, which threatens to topple over. And in the last second, you leap, and you manage to make plant your feet on something before you slip and hit your head for a moment. Hemlock, you attempt to do the same, moving backwards your legs. It's kind of like those scenes in like old Disney movies where the floor beneath you is getting further and further apart, and you're just trying to like keep your legs like doing the splits basically.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's funny.
And you are able to sort of put yourself on one small platform as everything starts to go down. Isla will see that you are in danger and will begin to run towards you. But in that moment, another head will shoot up out of the water, and all you will be able to see is scales.
Oh god. I'm having like a oh, what's that fool's name from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Jack Sparrow?
Yeah. I'm having one of those moments right now.
Um,
You know how he walks around all silly because he's so always drunk?
yeah.
That guy, yeah.
Non, you are weirdly prepared for this. Reaching over, one of the ropes for the mast is dangling as it breaks loose. You grab it, tie it around your waist, and begin to run across the side. You scoop up the captain with a single hand as he grabs onto it, wrapping yourself all the way around and then pushing off with the momentum, throwing him outwards towards the other boat.
Guys, I'm winning!
You're able to move and climb up to the top where you see a large collection of these broken ships as another head appears behind you and chomps at the base of the crow's nest, and it topples forward, launching you towards that circle. Emily, well, this is interesting, ain't it? Immediately, you will fall down towards the center of the ship, and you will see the heads attached to this body beneath the water, all 6 of them, threatening to eat you whole. You will move side to side, dodging and weaving as they all launch themselves upward to try and get you, creating almost a cage around you. In a brief moment, you are able to escape before one of them manages to bite at your wing. No, it doesn't tear it or anything of the sort, but it throws you off and you go tumbling into the water as well. And then, you don't know how long later each of you are going to join me on this map.
No, I will not. Okay.
Funny. I need to find out where
It's
I
funny.
want to put you guys.
I think you have a choice.
I think you have a choice.
Yeah, I do.
Nadar, you got the lowest, so you are going to be...
In the water.
You're going to be in the water.
Yeah,
you
but
can swim.
But I also have I have a 60-foot swim speed.
Yeah.
You're,
I'm a fucking bullet right now.
You're going to be right here. You wash up against this sort of rock and plank of wood. Willow, you got a 16, so you are over, I want to say here? Washed up a bit further away. You must have hit your head on a rock or something, or maybe just this piece of wood as it sort of drifts slightly, and you sort of come to. Non, you are fucking chilling. You are up here. You are on a broken half of a ship, possibly your own, sort of maintaining your balance. Enli, you got the lowest one. You are laying sideways on this rock about 10 feet above the water as the waves crash against it. And Hemlock got a 16, so you're pretty much in the same boat as Willow. I'll just put you in a different space. Where do I want to put you?
Where do I want to?
Can Hemlock swim?
Well, actually, he didn't have a lot of water near him, did he?
He didn't. That's very true. I'll put him in a precarious but not awful position.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he can swim, actually. That's a great point. Oh.
You wash up and gasp for breath, grabbing onto the side of this ship as it teeters back and forth. There is coughing from some of you, choking on water, getting it out of your lungs. A little bit Nadar, I don't have a token for them, I'll have one next time, but a little bit just off screen this way, you could see the other boat coming in. The mist is clear from this area, but there is a fog around the outskirts of it. And there is a brief pause, but before any of you can catch your breath for long, a geyser of water will shoot out from the middle of this circle of ships. And as it begins to clear, you will see 6 heads pierce the water.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh look, it already has a 7th head on the token. Just in case.
We're gonna be mugged 6 times.
And that is where we will end the session for
No,
today.
don't just say it!
We're gonna get mauled 6 times. Joke's on all of you. Arcane weapon, fire damage.
Elemental cleaver, fire
This is
damage.
actually- this is actually much earlier.
What do you
than
mean that's where we're ending the session?
So we're ending the
No,
session.
yeah, we can continue.
This is a
No, we can
whole
continue.
combat that will certainly take longer
I
than
know.
20 minutes, especially with the fact that Sephi probably has to leave early.
I wake up
And
at
I'm at
3
work, about to leave
I-
in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get ready for work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Alright, I guess I'll
Think-
plan who I'm gonna save on my turn.
I think yourself is a pretty
fine.
good option, given your
Nah,
current
nah.
circumstances.
Hey,
Listen,
Dust,
I
would you
got a
like to know what I'm
60-foot
gonna
swim
do?
speed. I can just fucking bye.
Dust, would you
I
like to
can
know
get
what
off
the
the board if I
barbarian?
wanted to.
What
Would you like to know what the barbarian of the party is gonna do?
Is it gonna be rage fly and beat the shit out of it?
Yeah, it's gonna be rage fly, beat the fucking shit out of it. Because I believe. Hold on. No, wait. Hold on.
Alright,
I
I'm
can
gonna get
just
ready.
reach that thing.
Hey, you know who else can
That
reach
is
it?
crazy.
Me.
If
Because I can
you
breathe underwater.
if
A
you
two-pronged
hadn't
assault.
if you hadn't given yourself swimming speed, Nadar would be drowning. Like
Yeah, he would be at the
now.
bottom of the ocean.
Fine.
At the bottom of the
Hmm.
ocean. All
Now
right.
the problem
That's
is
exactly where he goes. He just dives straight down.
Oh man. Alright, I am gonna raid our wonderful friends that I just did a stream with. If they're live, I actually don't know if they are. We'll find out together.
I can actually
Looks
tell you.
like
Hold
they
on.
are.
They are.
Wonderful. I'll give them a little
Can
stream then.
confirm. Can confirm.
Alrighty. Thank you
Have
guys
the notification.
for playing. Next session we will do the finale of Brawfest and probably part 1 finale to the first like official arc of this campaign. You guys will be entering the
That's
second
nice.
act.
Let's
You guys
go.
are
Finally
Oh.
entering Act 2.
Like this.
Alrighty.
Once we get to that other tunnel and go through it. The idea Dust stole from me.
That's such a good
Secret
idea.
tunnel.
Secret
Yeah,
tunnel.
secret tunnel.
All right.
How we're gonna get to the other side of the mountains.